let's get the cards in the air.
All right.
Good luck.
We should make a no bluffing rule. Or we should make a rule where if you bluff, you have to show. That way I get to see all your hands.
You'll bluff a lot too.
We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna raise you.
Small bluffing, small pass, probably.
Jack-7 for Negreanu. He raises to 1,200.
Raise.
Oh, my goodness, already you're bluffing.
Ace-Queen for Minieri.
38.
Raises to 3,800.
Okay, we're gonna make the bluffing rule? Or you have to show?
No, I can't because otherwise I should show many hands.
All right.
Daniel
Never
folds.
mind. I forgot who I was playing for a second.
Minieri takes the first pot.
What? We played one hand, he's bluffed one hand already. It's incredible.
No,
he's 100%.
I had a monster.
Yeah, right, a monster.
I was ready to 5-bet.
Yeah, I'm sure you were.
Dario's ace-jack
15.
compliments of our GoDaddy.com pocket cam. He raises to 1,500.
You gotta admire how relaxed both of these players are. They're really having a good time out here.
King-10 for Daniel. He calls. Daniel pairs his 10 on the flop and checks. Check for Minieri. Board pairs on the turn.
Daniel tried to get Dario to bet the flop. Now he'll have to bet the turn.
See, I'm not like you. I have pairs when I bet.
I have to get my lucky chips. On the, I don't know how to say in English, on the right.
I was left wing.
Yeah, I was on the right side.
Yeah, I was
Right
left side. Just like our poker is very different. Plays a different
Suited
side.
for Daniel. He raises to 1,200. It's right versus left. 8-5 suited for Dario.
38? No? Okay.
He calls.
Wow, slow playing.
Dario's range is so wide that virtually any flop is one that he can represent, no matter if he's raised or smooth called.
12.
Really tough to play against an opponent like that.
He can't help it. This kid.
Ace tray king on the flop.
You can't help. He's gonna bluff every flop.
Almost every hand.
And after Dario bet 1,200, Daniel folds. Stacks about even. 9 tray for Dario.
That is more than playable for this young man, Craig.
He raises to 1,200.
By playable, I mean raise-worthy.
Negreanu Jack-10 suited. He calls. Minieri pairs his 3. Negreanu pairs his Jack and checks.
He knows Dario's almost always good for a continuation bet.
Dario bet 1,200. And Daniel raises to 3,000.
I'm a little surprised that Daniel's taken this line against Dario.
Uh-oh.
Check raising against Dario isn't always the best way to win a pot because he's very capable of coming right over the top of you, and with a hand like Jack-10, that's a tough call.
Dario called. There's the turn card. Inside straight draw for Daniel. Flush draw for Minieri. Check. Trip jacks for Negreanu on the river. They each check again.
River.
And Negreanu takes the pot.
It was the best hand.
Maybe it was the best hand.
What's that?
You would love the rule, the best out of the
2 out
best
of
of
3?
3 games, yeah.
I would just like a slower structure.
Yeah.
Because it's fast, so fast. You know what I mean?
Bullets for Negreanu. He raises to 1,200. King-6 for Minieri.
Daniel's sticking to a min raise even though he's got bullets. He knows that Dario's going to play the pot, and he might even do what he's doing here and play back.
Dario raised to 3,800, and Daniel just calls.
This is exactly what Daniel wants to have happen. Dario's got control of the pot, and he's out of position. He's put 3,800 out there. This is perfect for him.
All clubs on the flop. Flush draw for Dario.
A little less perfect
45.
now. Minieri's got the second nut flush draw on this board. He's firing his continuation bet. Negreanu does not have a club in his hand.
After Minieri's 4,500 bet, Negreanu calls. Minieri pairs his king on the turn and checks. Negreanu's bullet's still best.
I'm a little surprised that Dario has checked it. Easily could have fired another bet on the turn here now that he's made top pair to go with his flush draw.
Daniel bets 7,200.
Call.
Dario calls.
Here's a little bit of caution from a guy who definitely is capable of check raising all in this spot. Maybe didn't like the all club board and the smooth call from Daniel on the flop.
5 of diamonds on the river. Dario checks.
31,000 in this pot.
You know what I said before? When I was playing him, I said, he either makes you look like a genius or a complete fool. And this hand is one of those hands right here. I'm going to look like an idiot for this one. They're going to laugh. Check.
Top pair.
Oh, that's so bad.
Negreanu
Oh, he hit the
takes
club.
down a healthy pot. We rejoin the feature table. Negreanu with a 2-1 chip lead at this point. Queen 7 suited for Daniel. He raises to 1,200.
Raise 12 total.
You might get comfortable with a 2-1 chip lead against certain players. Dario is certainly not one of them.
Minieri with King 6 calls. Dario pairs his 6 on the flop. Daniel with a flush draw. Minieri bets 1,200. And Negreanu calls. Daniel adds an open-ended straight draw on the
24.
turn.
Big card for him.
I have no idea what to do with this hand. Absolutely not. So I'm just going to close my eyes and call. It's Dario. You never know what to do against this guy. Seriously. Just close your eyes and call.
After Dario bet 2,400, Negreanu calls. The rag on the river, no help to Daniel. Dario checks.
He doesn't like that Daniel's called him not only on the flop, but on the turn.
Daniel bets 4,200.
When you say that, I think you have 8-9. Like, you know, you have the best hand, but you don't want to raise. I fold.
Dario folds. So
pretty
after
obvious
all
what I
that talk about Dario bluffing, Daniel says,
know what to do.
touche, I can do it as well.
But he knew this was going to happen.
Oh, sure.
16.
Minieri with pocket 7s.
He knows he has 7s. He knows.
Right, raises to 1,600. Negreanu with 10-9 suited. He calls.
Deuce, 5,
Check in the dark.
8, all hearts.
Now you're trying to just show him up. Set of 7s on the
16.
flop for Minieri.
I had a fun hand, too.
Negreanu
9-10
folds.
straight.
Dario can't get any action with the 7s. But back at our feature table, blinds now 6 and 1,200. It's back to a 2-1 chip advantage for Daniel Negreanu. 10-9. He raises to 2,400. 9 tray for Minieri.
6,000.
We raise to 6,000.
He raises to 6,000.
I love this kid. I absolutely, this is unbelievable. Who else can just comfortably throw 6,000 out there with 9-3 offsuit? Out of position, no less.
Daniel calls. Here comes the flop. Couple of spades on the board.
Dario quickly checking here.
Check from Negreanu as well. Turn pairs the board.
6.
Minieri bets 6,000, and Daniel wants no part of it. He folds.
Dario mixes it up so well, Craig.
We go back to our feature table. Negreanu still with a solid chip advantage. Pocket kings for Daniel. He raises to 2,400.
24.
6,000.
10-8 for Dario. He raises to 6,000.
And you'll notice, Craig, that Daniel has remained very true and consistent to his game plan in this match, which was to min-raise regardless of hand strength if he's going to raise a pot. Aces, kings, anything.
Queen tray 4 rainbow on the flop. Minieri checks.
Bet 6.
Daniel bets 6,000. Minieri calls.
Minieri's just floating here. He's going to try to take this pot away.
Inside straight draw for Dario on the turn. He checks.
He's actually got a little something. Better than 10 high. He can hit the 9 to make the straight.
Daniel bets 8,500.
That's 8,500.
I'm all in.
Dario goes all in, and Daniel quickly calls.
Call.
It's a bluff.
Okay.
4 outs for me.
Minieri had an opportunity to reevaluate the game plan in this hand after Daniel bet 8,500, but he stuck to it. Now it could cost him the match.
Any 9.
Good luck.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Dario at risk. Down to the river.
Here's the river.
Go.
That 8 means Negreanu takes the match and a position in the round of 16.
That's how I like to get it in right there.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's